This is going to be a 1 hour masterclass on how to earn $100,000 per month within 180 days or less. This takes into account even starting an account from zero. So if you've already got an account up and running and you're already earning a significant amount of money, obviously it's going to take less than 180 days, but this is literally taking into account everyone starting from zero. If you would apply these strategies, you would be able to achieve $100,000 per month within 180 days or less. So this strategy is a full strategy breakdown, and it will be broken down into the 3 key components. We obviously got the marketing, the chatting, and the profile/funnel optimization. Let's start with the chatting. So on a free page, the starting message is going to be slightly different to a paid page. When it comes to the chatting is obviously going to be very similar. However, on a free page as well, you want to weed out the freebies and the people that aren't going to spend on the account as quickly as possible and move on away from them onto the paying subscribers. On a free page, the welcome message. The welcome messages, since the welcome message is automated, we try to make it feel as personable as possible. We have the creators make the below message. So there will be a free preview on the video, and this free preview will have a video of you laying in bed, implied nudity, welcoming the fan, telling the fan that if they want to see more, they have to message you, and a call to action. Tell them they can get started by purchasing this nude bundle. So what this free preview kind of looks like is you can have a video where the model or your model yourself, if you're watching this, you're laying on a bed and you have your breasts covered by the bed itself, and you might even have your feet kicking up in the back as well. And then it will be a video of the model actually talking to the camera, basically talking about how they need to unlock this bundle, okay? And we want to keep this bundle pretty cheap. So this bundle will probably sit around $9.99. And then including inside of that bundle is literally going to be like a 5-minute video of you fully nude and 6 fully nude implied pictures. So the whole point behind this is that we want someone to go onto the page and we want to have the highest converting welcome messages possible on a free page, because if they unlock this, then they're more likely to unlock all the other stuff or more stuff on the page specifically as well. So it's very important that someone who's free and they're joining a free page, they are harder to convert as a paying subscriber. So we want to make the barrier to entry to paying on our page as easy as possible. Another reason why is a psychology reason of being that once a person has done that first initial transaction, they're more likely to do more transactions. It's a lot easier to get someone to spend more money once they've actually broken down that wall and done the first transaction. So it's very important that we get their card out and we get them spending money on the account. This is automatically sent to the fans then within 5 minutes of subscribing. If they haven't messaged already, the chatters will send a manual welcome message note. Or you can do this as well if you're obviously a model watching this, just send a follow-up. It can be a voice note. The example was, hey, I just saw you followed me, what's up? When it comes to a paid page, before I actually go into how to script and sort of the breakdown of communicating and building relationships with a subscriber, the first thing that I actually wanted to note was, if a subscriber joins the page and they ask for content, you obviously sell them the content, even if it's not following the script. Scripting people, you will get more money out of them, but there is a demographic of subscribers that want to join a page and they want to just buy the content and they want to leave. If a subscriber if you're attending to that demographic of subscriber and you're trying to script them, you're just losing out on sales. It's as simple as that. They're just going to get bored, they're not going to buy, and they're going to go to another page where they can just buy straight away. Some people don't want to sit there and chat with people. Some people just want to join the page, pay for the content, and leave. And that's what you have to do. If someone joins and they want a specific content and you try and tease them or something and they're not interested in it, you want to sell them the content. If someone joins and they want to buy the content, let them buy the content. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way, let's talk about how to build a relationship and script a person who is most likely going to join the page and not necessarily ask for a specific type of content straight away. This is how you want to build a relationship with them, okay? So the goal is to make the sub fall in love with the model. It's mandatory to build relationships with every single subscriber before teasing him and selling content. You want to make sure that you're not just this salesy person. You want to make sure you're building a conversation and building a relationship with them so that they're more likely to buy. So on a paid page, when they join, they will get a welcome message from OnlyFans saying, what's your name and where you from? From that point, we'll probably rename the subscriber based on what they say. And then through our CRM with Inflow, they get an automatic welcome message as well saying, what do you do for a living after that? If there's no answers, send up a follow up message as well and mention his name if available. Then we'll obviously build more of the relationship. We'll ask questions like, how old are you, by the way? What's your hobbies? What turns you on the most about me? What's the wildest thing you've done during life? And what are you doing right now? Now, these are some of the conversations obviously we're going to have to build relationships with him and to build sort of this profile picture of him. So this is an example of the fan notes that we will have. So town, San Francisco, age 54, job, retired electrician, now have a farm with pigs and horses. Hobbies, fishing and going on hikes. Sexual preferences, your breasts and smiles. Sex life, no sex for 10 years. And then we can also add any notes, any additional notes as well. So obviously earns $2,000 a month. He lost his wife in a car accident 10 years ago. Likes watching sport on TV, lives alone in a big house. So yeah, this is where we'll obviously on our CRM, we'll add this in here. If you're a model watching this and you're just chatting on the normal OnlyFans page, the best thing to do is just to change the name on the top there, and then, I don't know, keep a mental note of the specific notes, but it's very, very important that we have a CRM so that we can write all these fan notes on the side and that we are not losing track of who that person is and that relationship that we built with them. So yeah, we're gonna make sure we ask him a few questions about his day and chat with him for 5 messages minimum before trying to tease him. It's very, very important that we do this and build this conversation with him. Another thing that not many people talk about as well is using GIFs to make the conversation more interesting, and it creates a deeper connection. So if you go on the page here and you obviously see this button down here, you click GIF and then you can see all the GIFs along here, and then you can even type up the sort of GIF if you want. So if he's making you happy, you can type in happy and then it'll come up with a bunch of different happy GIFs as well. But it makes the conversation a lot more engaging, and we'll go into some other things as well to make the conversation engaging. So now that we've built a relationship with him, if the client doesn't answer to this point, we want to obviously bump him again and say, come on, don't be shy to me. That's actually spelled wrong. Don't be shy to me. Could say something like that. Don't be shy to me. Okay. Once he's gone through that and we've built that sort of relationship a bit with him, now step 2 is up to the teasing, and we're going to start the script. So with a script, step 1, we want to do the teasing and undressed little free picture. This is to kind of get him in the mood and try and get him excited. So it's going to be a picture of in your bedroom, living room, bathroom, watching Netflix. I have a new outfit, lingerie or costume. So also you can combine this first free little teasing dressed picture with a voice note to enhance the likelihood of interest to engage in the script. It's a good way to get people more excited and feel like they're actually talking to the model. Then make sure the client is getting excited before starting to step 2. If he doesn't get excited, go back, maybe a dress picture of teasing, and maybe he likes a different style of angle of the model. Maybe he likes feet. Maybe there's heaps of different things that people are interested in, and it's important to find out what they're interested in so that you can sell. Once he's done that, then you want to ask for a DICK pic. This is going to really make him be engaged in the conversation, and now he's going to be doing what we need him to do in order to buy without thinking. So if he's failing to show interest, do not force the script and build relationship with him more first. Try different angles to get him excited. Maybe he likes feet. So that's what I was saying before. So if he doesn't get to this point, maybe we should go at a different angle. We don't want to continue with step 2 unless he is excited. Okay, it's very, very important. Now we've got him to this point where he is ready to engage in what we need him to engage in. He's excited. We've built more of that rapport and that relationship with the subscriber. Now step 2, we're going to do our first PPV unlock, which is going to be a teasing topless video. We're going to price this between $17 to $29, and this is when we'll see obviously if he's interested. Yeah, like I said, we are building this whole relationship with him before we get to this first PPV unlock. Okay, now we want to build the 2 to 3 sexting messages with him after that, and or a voice note as well, just to keep him engaged and not feel like we're selling just back to back. After that, then we'll send the next one, which is a soft. You can read that, and you can read that as well. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to get banned. And also make sure we're describing the video as well on what we're selling, so that we're not misleading as well. This one we're going to price for $49. And then once again, we'll do the same things we did before, sending 2 to 3 sexy messages at least on the minimum, and sometimes an encouraging gift as well. Then we want to send the next one, step 4, which is the same thing again, but this one's going to be slightly longer as well. I'm going to describe that. And then basically another 2 to 3 sexy messages, and then we will send an even longer one, step 5, and we're continuing down the script. So at this point, instead of just sending this one, which is the hard ... we've got the teasing one, we've got the soft one first, and we're really building up. So at this point, he's basically not even thinking with his brain, and he's just tapping his card away because he's trying to see everything and he is trying to release. Then we've got another 2 to 3 sexy messages, and then we've got an even harder and longer ... and then as well, if he's still interested, we can send him another one as well for the same price of $1.99. At this point as well, we've probably taken him down a pretty in-depth script, and they're usually done, but sometimes as well, if they can want more content as well, and we'll just take him literally down another script and continue to sell them. So that's sort of the script rundown and how we build a conversation with the subscriber first before we've actually taken them down a script, which is probably the most important part. But I'm also going to go through screenshots of how this sort of script looks like as well. So obviously this is a rundown of the script in a timeline format, but we also want to know what that kind of looks like with the screenshot format, just so we're able to understand, and for you to understand how we take someone from building a relationship with them to then transitioning that into a script. So here we've got screenshots on the side here. This is Bob. We've obviously removed his name, as well as the model for confidentiality as well. So we've obviously got the automated first welcome message saying, hey, thank you for subscribing to my secret page. Can't wait to get to know you. And then we've bumped a message 1 minute later saying, what are you up to? He said, currently thinking about you. Hi, what's your name if you don't mind me asking? Bob, how are you doing, babe? That's a cool name. I'm doing great. Where are you from? So we want to know where he's from. It's one of the most important questions. Southern California in the US. Oh, that's nice. What brings you here, Bob? Did you see something that you liked? Then he obviously said the explicit thing. He obviously said he likes her breasts. And now I'm noticing you have a sexy body and a very pretty face. You can obviously see he's already starting to transition into that phase, and we know that he's going to probably be excited to get to know the model in that way. Bob here, at first you're caught my eyes, and now I'm noticing you have a sexy body and pretty face. So yeah, that was the message above. Oh, thank you. What are you doing right now? Are you free? I was about to do something naughty when you subbed. Want me to show you a picture of what I'm doing? I think you might like it. So he's obviously engaging in sort of the slightly flirtier questions. If he wasn't engaging in the slightly flirtier questions, we would just continue to build the relationship with him more before we actually sold him any content. We said, oh, maybe, why don't you try to turn me on? Can I run my hands through your upper body and kiss your neck? Maybe, blah, 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 ... Okay, we get the point. Then as the model as well, we've sent that first picture of the script because we know he's excited and is probably going to engage. So we want to make sure we're going to get him even more excited as well. We don't want to send it on lock yet. We want to make sure we get him as excited as possible so that when we come to do the first sale, he is not even going to think about it. He's just going to unlock it. This is a picture of the model. I've obviously blurred it out, but it was a teasing photo. Do you think you can handle me? He obviously said something very explicit here. Then he's obviously responded as well saying, you think you could handle me? That would be so hot. Tell me more, babe. I want you to turn me on so bad. And then we've also sent a voice note as well, just to reinforce. Your voice is so sexy and turns me on. So it's even turned him on even more. Now we know we've pretty much got him at this point. Now it's really starting to get hot in here. Should I remove what's covering my skin and show you? Yes, babe. Show me what's under that so I can see how wet and turned on you are. Then he's obviously said a lot of explicit stuff, you know, about how he can't resist to put your tongue, kissing. Do you want me to put your hands around your head and shoulders, etc, etc. We kind of get the point here. We know that he's most likely going to unlock. He's had the free preview, he's had the voice note, he's engaged all the way up until this point, and he's really, really explicit, and he's even sent a DP, so we know he's ready and excited. That's when we send the first one. Will you let your tongue run all over my body? I'm craving for it so much. And then obviously he has unlocked that, and then we've sent a voice note to reinforce that, and he's obviously sent something explicit, and then we've obviously responded explicit again. It's not just my hand that's going to be around your, I'd love to make it dripping wet using my mouth too. Kind of get the point. Lick it from top to bottom, baby. He's engaging. We've sent the next unlock for 45. I just wish I'd have you here to do dirty things with me. Will you, to see how hard it is right now? And then we've gone back and forth a bit as well and really built that relationship and built that tension up with him even more, just to feel like he's not getting sold to back to back. And then we'll obviously sent the next one, which was a full video. And then obviously we've tied that in, describing the video, and even putting his name in there as well, just feel like it's more personalized. And then we've gone up with that and sent another voice note, just telling him we will wish you were here next to us and stuff like that. And then we've obviously got Bob here has sent a video of himself, and he's pretty much told the model that she's amazing. And then we've gone back, told him I would love to clean that up for you. And then we also, because he's gone through the whole script, we've sent him a free gift and a voice note saying you deserve this so much. And then obviously he said thank you, pretty much, you're mesmerizing. And then basically to end the sort of script, because he's finished that, we've said, you know, you make me so weak right now, I think I would need some nap time, pretty much. Basically just saying like, yeah, we're done. That is sort of how it looks like when you're running a script, from the building relationship to sort of keeping that person engaged and selling to someone when you know that they're most likely going to buy, and you're able to charge a higher price. If you're a model who's obviously chatting, you're able to send your own voice notes. But if you're an agency who's managing a model, a good way to get voice notes without having to actually get the model is by using 11 Labs. We use it for all of our creators. If you go on 11 Labs and you have to, it's not that expensive. You can get a plan for like even $5, $6 a month. There's two types of cloning. There's one that's just a quick couple-minute cloning, and then there's another one that's a professional, like 30-minute cloning, but we just do the quick cloning and it's good enough. So what you do is you go on 11 Labs, you click on your voices, and then you want to click on use. Then you want to type in your phrase and click generate. So obviously after you've generated your voice, then you want to click on the voice you want to use. Then it'll pop up to like this, and then you'll copy in the text that you want to press in, and you'll obviously do the text to speech. Then after you've done it, you obviously, depending on the sort of how long the text is and sort of the grammar that you've used in it, depends on how the voice comes out. So it's really important to use correct grammar in it. So it's knowing when a full stop is, when a comma is. So it's able to make a sentence that doesn't sound too robot-y. Also on 11 Labs, you're able to adjust the speed of it, the variable. So you can just play around with that to make the model sound more realistic. When it's a shorter video, usually you want to make it slightly faster. When it's a shorter text, you want to make it slower so it sounds not as quick. And then obviously when it's longer, you want to make it slightly quicker, more variable, so it sounds more like you're talking and not like robot-y. Then yeah, you just literally click download. Yeah, this is explaining with the voice exaggeration, you want to do between 15 to 30% to make it sound better. But yeah, voice messages are not to be used in all conversations, only in specific cases if you think the customer needs it. But they're very, very good to use in most scenarios anyways, because you're separating yourself from other people who are chatting on their account without using them. Then yeah, you just download that and then you're able to post it. So that's sort of the overview of chatting and the difference between the welcome message on a free page, the welcome message on a paid page, and then sort of the script and how to take a customer from someone who's new to the page, building that relationship with them, to then taking them down a script. Okay, now we're going to talk about the marketing. So the marketing that we want to do in order to get $100,000 per month within 180 days is going to be organic marketing, and specifically marketing on Instagram and TikTok. There is so many ways to market. Yeah, there's Twitter, yeah, there's Reddit. There's obviously gray hat methods and there's black hat methods, but none of these methods have longevity and they are not going to deliver consistent and reliable subscriber acquisition. The only way to deliver consistent and reliable subscriber acquisition is by developing a personal brand using organic marketing strategies and working with the platforms and not working against them. This is going to be the best way. This is the only way. You look at the biggest creators on the page, and what are they doing? They're doing this. So we want to market using the content verticals theory. Within your channel subject, you should choose 5 video topics or verticals to produce media around. If you produce and post at least 1 video per day, you'll begin to notice patterns of what verticals are trending the most. At the end of the 4 to 6 week period of consistent posting, you should see clear leaders and laggers in your video topics. At this point, you should cut the laggers and double down on the leaders. Use these topics to categorize videos during the brainstorming phase of your media production process. So you want to choose 5 verticals that make up your personal brand. We don't want to market within one specific niche. Yes, these niches work, but they don't have longevity. I've seen it time and time again. An example of this is people who put their models, or you're a model yourself, within a specific niche, like an office worker niche. The videos can do well, they can go viral. However, over time, the followers on that page are going to get burnt out. They are seeing the same content being posted over and over and over again, and you are not making yourself unique in the space. You're competing against every other person who is posting office niche videos. Whereas when you choose 5 verticals to your liking and a vertical that you know will do well, I'm going to give an example of one that does. You are able to make yourself a market of one, and you are not competing with anyone but yourself. And that's how you're able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. That is the way to do it, is by making yourself a market of one, okay? Some helpful hints. Don't overdo it. If 5 topic verticals feel too daunting, try 3. Less is more, and anything above 5 verticals being tested at a time can be counterproductive. Stay focused. Dialing in your verticals should be a dedicated multi-week experiment. Hit it hard. Figure it out, then move on. Once you have your verticals defined, you can be more loose with your content. Repeat as needed. Dialing in your verticals is a strategy that you can always come back to if content stops working or your media becomes stale. This is a skill set that will ensure that you always have a method to identify and create content that will work no matter how often trends and social platforms change and evolve. We don't want to be making ourselves competing against all the trends and trying to just trend hunt, and maybe one video does well and then the next one flops, and then one video does well and then the next one flops. We want to make ourselves a brand of one, and you want to be an example like Sophie Rain or your Jelly Beans Brains or your Camillas, where every single video is getting 1 million views plus. And that is how you build an insane brand, and you have a consistent, reliable subscriber acquisition. So the whole idea behind it is that you're making your content creation a system. We don't want to be making content based on how we feel, and we don't want to be making adjustments to our content based on how we feel. We don't want to involve our emotions in the creation process and the production process, because when it comes to posting content, there is the latency that we need to account for. That's why you want to ideally come up with your 3 to 5 verticals, and then you want to batch make content over a 4 to 6 week period. Ideally, you want to do 3 videos a day. Batch make all that content. That could only take you 1 day to do, and you could have all that content for the whole month and a half. Schedule that content on your account. You can either post manually on the account. It's probably the best way to post manually, or you can use only Instagram style scheduling stuff. So in the Instagram app scheduling, or on the Meta scheduling is the only ways to schedule stuff without limiting your reach, because it's actually made through the Meta app. One of the example verticals that works really, really well is the skit vertical. And I'm gonna go through that and explain exactly that video and how that actually works. So this is a skit vertical blueprint, the overview. The skit vertical is designed to create engaging short-form videos tailored for social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts that provide an element of comedy. This vertical focuses on generating entertaining content that can also incorporate elements of sex, love, and funny/relatable content. perfect for capturing the attention of your audience in a short amount of time. The goal is to combine elements of entertaining content to hook your audience's attention while also relating the video to comedic and sexual themes. So this is the example video. I'm actually going to play the video first, and then we'll kind of break it down and go through it.
I think I left my phone in your backseat. Could you grab it for me?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, thanks so much. God.
Okay.
Cool, thank you so much. Hey, could you get it again? Hey, cousin.
Okay. So, the topic of this skit vertical, the topic of this skit video, leaving an item in the back of the car. The purpose, using an item in the back of the car. The cameraman will get you to bend over and lean into the back of the car. So in the first 0 to 3 seconds, we have the hook. This is more of a verbal hook of the cameraman shouting, "Hey cousin." Plus we've also got a pattern interrupt with the quick camera shake at the start. Another way they have hooked the audience in is obviously by the clothing choice as well, which shows off the breasts. So I'm going to play that hook again. So notice the pattern interrupt at the start with the quick camera shake, as well as the hook of him shouting, "Hey cousin." It's like they're shouting at you to get you to engage, as well as you can see the clothing choice as well to show off her body.
Listen, I think I left my phone in your backseat. Could you grab it for me?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, thanks so much.
Then we've got the body. So this is after that, the 3 to 25 seconds. The cameraman will say they left their phone in the back of the car and they need you to grab it from the back. That's what we just saw then. Then we also got the conclusion. You will then lean into the back, showing your bum for added effect, plus it's a re-hook. So we've hooked them in, then we've said the body, which is to, can you get the phone in the back? Now she is going to turn around and get the phone in the back, but obviously you're going to see her body, and this is going to re-hook and re-engage the viewer to continue watching towards the end, okay? Then the cameraman will say something related to your bum being shown, if, for example, gyat, and then obviously he throws the phone back into the car. This adds to the comedic effect, and he wants to see her do it again. Obviously you can see at the end, after she'll bend over to get the phone in the back, then he'll throw it back in for that comedic effect.
God.
Okay.
Cool, thank you so much. Hey, could you get it again? Hey, cousin.
So that's kind of the skit vertical broken down. With certain equipment as well, obviously you need an iPhone to film this stuff. It's really good to have a microphone. So there's either the Rode Wireless Go microphones as well as the DJI wireless mic. That's the one I'm using right now, which is pretty good, the DJI one. And then as well, you obviously need a cameraman for the skit vertical. This can be a friend or a partner, doesn't matter. That's sort of the skit video broken down on how that video did well. This is just one example of a vertical, and that works really, really well, that you can take in and implement right away, but obviously come up with some other verticals that suit your personality specifically. If you're into cosplay, make a vertical around that. If you're into outdoor stuff, make a vertical around that. Whatever you're into, make a vertical and use that hook, body, and conclusion that I've just explained then to build and construct videos that do well. So to note, building a successful content strategy requires patience and persistence. By posting consistently and iterating on your content, you will allow for a meaningful average of engagement rate to emerge. Avoid making hasty decisions based on a few posts' performance. Instead, focus on compiling enough data to understand the true potential of your content strategy. This approach will help you identify and capitalize on successful content verticals, leading to more consistent and reliable results over time. Recognize the potential impact of a single viral video and leverage the momentum it creates to scale your success rapidly. Remember, while the journey might start slow, the right strategy and perseverance can lead to exponential growth and success. All it takes is literally one video to change your complete trajectory and life course. If you had one video, you can have one video get upwards of 100 to 200 million views on a single video. And that is more than what anyone would ever get ever. So it's very, very important to never let your emotions come into play when you're posting your videos, which is why we want to schedule and batch make the content over a period of time And then after that period of time, so we're incorporating the latency that is required for social media platforms. And then after we've had that 4 to 6 week of consistent posting, we're able to then change and see what are the leaders and laggers. After we have come up with our whole content vertical theory and we have posted for 4 to 6 weeks, we'll see obviously which videos have done well, which videos haven't done well. Obviously by this point, you might have some that have had 100,000 views, you might have some that have had 1 million views. Now what we need to do is we need to post those videos and multiply that content without having to actually do anything more. And how are we gonna do that? Using the trial reels feature. The trial reels feature is basically a way of having a grey hat method that's actually not even grey hat, that's literally implemented in the Instagram algorithm, and you're able to literally abuse at the moment. So it hasn't been out for that long, but it is a very, very good feature. What are trial reels? Trial reels are Instagram's quiet distribution feature, a way to push reels to non-followers only without showing up on your grid or feed. They're Instagram's way of testing your content with cold traffic risk-free. Key characteristics. Trial reels don't show up on your grid. They are shown to non-followers, just to cold audiences. They can be reposted again and again. They allow for you to test ideas without hurting your account performance. So how to post a trial reel. What you want to do is go on and post a reel like normal. Then you want to scroll down and you will see the trial reels feature as a toggle, and you can click that slider across. Once you post it, obviously it will only be shown to cold traffic and it won't show on your profile grid at all. It will just come up next to if you have any drafts. That's how you're able to see the trial reels. So obviously there's common issues with some accounts not having trial reels showing up. This is because either your account is too new, your app is outdated, so you need to update your app. You're obviously maybe not in the current rollout group, and it also can be country specific. So how to fix this? You want to post regular reels to warm up the account, engage with likes, comments, and stories on the posts. Update your version to the latest IG version, log out, log back in, wait 24 to 72 hours, and it often appears after activity. Another way to try and get it onto your account is by using this link here. If you click on this link, this is actually on the Instagram page. You're able to go to Instagram and it will load up within your Instagram account, and you're able to post a trial reel that way if it's not showing up. If you're still not showing up after this, you just have to keep posting and maybe try a different account. So what trial reels allows you to do is it allows you to have a video that has already gone viral and done well, and you're able to upload that as a trial reel to a cold audience, and you're able to multiply the views on that video without having to do any more work, right? You can post it directly, the exact same video as a trial reel using the exact same caption. But if you want to scale it further, what you're able to do is you're able to use Tick Fusion or Face Swap and remix each one into 100 unique variants. So Tick Fusion is a software online that you're able to get. Obviously it costs some money, and you pay a monthly fee, and what it does is you're able to put those videos in and it will automatically put out your 100 variants that are slightly different. Maybe it's got 0.1 seconds taken off, maybe it's got a slightly saturation change on it, maybe it's got a slight crop on it. All these different slight tweaks to it to make that video unique and sort of Instagram's viewpoint, and then you're able to post that on multiple accounts as trial reels. So you're just pretty much posting these videos without having to do any more work, and you know they're going to likely go viral again because they've gone viral before. Another thing with your accounts, if your account is still kind of new and you do have the trial reels feature, you want to start with 3 posts a day on the trial reels. But as your account gets older, if you have a slightly older account, you want to try maybe 10 to 15 posts. And then if you have a pretty brute account that's got hundreds of thousands of followers, you can even post up to 50 times a day on those trial reels, literally posting the same videos. It is a money printer. So that's sort of the marketing side of it. We want to build this brand. We want to build this whole personal brand. We want to eliminate the emotional connection behind these videos and thinking they're not doing well. We want to build a system and have verticals and post over 4 to 6 weeks, and then we can relook at the videos and see which ones did well and cut the laggers. So we've gone through the chatting and how to build a relationship with someone and how to actually sell. And then we've also gone through the marketing side as well and sort of how to systemize and build verticals around your personal brand. But one of the final key components to achieving $100,000 per month within 180 days is also the profile and funnel optimization. Obviously, it can be overlooked, but it's very, very important that we get the profile and funnel optimization dialed in, because when you're doing all this traffic, let's say you've got the marketing down pat and you've got all this traffic coming in, you're just wasting money if you don't have proper funnel and profile optimization in place in order to maximize the returns on your labor. So I'm gonna go through an Instagram page that is gonna be what not to do, and I'm gonna explain exactly why. This is a page I just found online and I kind of found it within a couple minutes. So there's worse pages out there than this page, but this was just an example that I just found. So this is not as bad, but yeah, this will kind of give you the gist on what not to do. So the first things first is this bio is pretty cluttered and pretty sexual. She's got Aussie, blonde, MILF, boy girl content. When you have a bio that's along in a horizontal format, it's very cluttered and it's not really how you want to have a bio set out. You want to have it in verticals, so it would be better if she had it just going down the page. As well as it's kind of too sexual as well. We're just talking about boy girl content. There's no need to have that in your bio at all. That is just something that you just say on the page and you sell on the page. So instead of this sort of format, you want the vertical style format, and it looks cleaner and it's going down. The second thing that she doesn't have is her name for some reason. You can put your name here, that's in bold text. And also I think when you have your name here as well, you will show up if they type up your name. Once you get bigger, if someone types up your name, you will show up at the top of the list, especially if they put in your first and last name. But so without this, if someone typed up her profile, she probably would get shown at the bottom of the list. The next thing is her link tree in here. So we don't want to use a link tree, and I feel like it's pretty common knowledge, but I'm going to go through it anyways. The reason why you don't want to use a link tree is because the link isn't a deep link. So with a link tree, if someone was wanting to subscribe to her page and they clicked on that link, it will open up within the Instagram browser. And then if they click on OnlyFans, it will show up within the Instagram browser and they will not have their saved login info. So when we use a deep link like All My Links or Get All My Links, I think Get All My Links is paused at the moment, so there's other deep links. But when we use something like All My Links, we will get popped into a Safari browser, and then that way the subscriber will click on the OnlyFans page and they will be off the Instagram page, and they'll have, if they've subscribed to other pages, they'll have their login info there. And we've seen, I think, roughly like a 15 to 20% increase on conversion rates from a link tree to a deep link. So it's very important to use a deep link. Another thing on the page here is going to be, I haven't mentioned it, but the story highlights I can see. So she just has one story highlight of a link, just kind of probably showing off her body. I'm assuming I haven't actually gone through it. But to make this more of a personal brand and to optimize your profile on the Instagram page, you want to have more stories showing off sort of the things that you get up to and a bit about your personality. If you don't really have much going on, you can just do stuff on like maybe the cafes that you go to, and you can have story highlights on food and coffees. You can have story highlights on your dog. You want to make it look as real as possible. So when someone comes onto your page and they go through the story highlights, because it's like one of the most common things to do, even I do it, I'll go to a page and I'll go through the story highlights to see what that person is about and what they kind of get up to in their day-to-day lives. And this is a good way to kind of build that relationship with the person so they're more likely to subscribe. With it's just a link here, like they're just showing off your body, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but if they wanted to just see that, they would just go online. They need a reason to subscribe to you and not to subscribe to another person. So we need to give them that reason why. Another thing is the pictures here all have watermarks on her feed. So we don't really want to have watermarks at all. It will restrict the posting capabilities. You will not get shown to more non-followers if there's watermarks on your pictures and videos. So we don't want to have any watermarks on there. And as well, you can kind of see this one's pretty blurry. Obviously she's gone for that kind of effect on that picture, but With the other photos on here, pretty sexual. She does have her reels on the main feed as well. That's not something I like to particularly do. I like to keep the main feed with pictures. If you do want to put your reels on the main feed, make sure that the cover photo that it has is pretty decent, or you can even add a cover photo to that to make it look pretty congruent and build this personal brand so it doesn't look all cluttered. So that's the thing about the bio, the watermarks and the story highlights. Another thing is the profile picture. Her profile picture here isn't too bad, but then I decided to find just an example of one that doesn't look necessarily too good. I just scrolled for literally 1 minute on my Instagram and I found this girl here. You can see in this profile picture that you can't see her face at all, which is the main thing. I feel like on a profile picture, you want to see the face, and the lighting is pretty dull. All the lighting in the back is like, it seems to be all the way in the curtains here, some of the lighting, but you can see the lighting where she is not on her at all. You want the light source to be behind the camera all on you, and you don't want any of the light source to be behind the camera on your back, so that it's going to be not as effective. So we want all the light source to be behind the camera and all on the subject. Another thing is it's pretty unaesthetic. It's quite a messy room. She's obviously trying to take a photo to show off her outfit and body, which isn't necessarily pulled off in the best way possible. We want to make sure that you fit that frame, because when someone sees your profile picture on Instagram, it's going to be pretty small. It's going to show up on maybe a reel at the bottom corner, or it's just going to be pretty small if ever someone who's cold audience finds you. So we want to have something that is really eye-catching and grabbing, so that they are going to click on your page and then they're going to consume your content and then they're going to subscribe. So that's sort of the process that we need to do. So the profile picture is a important factor. That's kind of an Instagram page in an overview though of how not to almost run it and how to fix that. Below, I'm obviously going to give an example. I feel like Sophie Rain's used quite a bit, but this is an example of what to do. So as you can see with the bio here, obviously she has the name. You can see the name there, whereas this profile does not have the name. You can see she has public figure here. You don't have to necessarily show that, but you can see how the bio goes vertical down, and it is way more organized and looks way more aesthetic than just coming in a horizontal format and she's just saying boy girl content, which is not pleasing at all. So you can see here, obviously she just literally has 20 Florida, her snap, and then the link. It's very clean, very minimalistic, and that's sort of the look that you want to go across. As you can see in the profile picture here, she has, like I said, the lighting behind her is dark and all the light source is on the subject. In this picture here, you can't see any of the light source on the subject necessarily. This one's a bit better, but yeah, on this one you cannot see the light source showing off what we need to see. She has really good lighting on, and you can see her figure and her face, which is the most important part. Then we obviously have the story highlights. She obviously has ones that show off a bit about her body, and then we also have a personality pretty much based one, which is going to be a Q&A that people can go through and learn more about her, which is really good. On the pictures here, we obviously got the 3 pinned posts, which is important, whereas this profile does not have any pinned posts. A lot of people don't have pinned posts. It's important to pin your top post that will show off your whole brand. So let's say you were marketing before and your personal brand is about skits, and then it's about cosplay, and then your other vertical was about pottery. I would ideally have 3 pinned posts showing off pretty much each of your verticals. So I'll have a high quality photo of just like maybe a normal one showing off you, like this one. And then I'll have another one with a cute maybe cosplay outfit on, maybe like a Princess Leia or whatever the Star Wars cosplay is about. I'm not too sure, but you could have one in like a Star Wars cosplay. And then the third one as well, you could have you with high quality, maybe like mid pottery as well, showing off your body. So that's 3 ways I would probably build that brand to separate yourself and have those as the pinned pictures. As you can see below, she has, mostly photos. I think she might have a couple reels on her main feed, but the cover photos for the reels fit with her brand and look high quality as well. You can see the background in each of these pictures are very high quality. She is, or her brand and her team is probably using DSLRs or any sort of high quality camera to take these photos, but the new iPhones today are really good at taking photos anyways, and you should be able to produce high quality pictures, especially if the background is good and the lighting's good, to mask and to replicate this sort of high quality pictures. But yeah, as you can see, she's obviously wearing clothing to show off her body. She's in positions to show off her body, and she has some bikini stuff as well. That's sort of the brand and the difference between this brand and what to do and what not to do. Another point you can see also that I'm seeing once I've taken these screenshots is Sophie Rain pretty much always has a story highlight up. Having story highlights up every day is a really good way to keep your audience engaged. Next thing is on the OnlyFans profile. I kind of wanted to go through two different ones. Again, we've got Sophie Rain compared to a random girl that I found online. This page is actually pretty big. I'm not gonna lie, I just found this one pretty quickly, but I'm gonna go through a few of the things that they could actually improve. There's obviously worse out there, but I'm gonna point out the things that this one didn't do as well. And I'm also gonna point out things that I've seen before that you should be wary of. So I'm gonna start off with the cover picture here. The cover photo on this one isn't necessarily what we want. It kind of looks pretty outdated and old. It's kind of not really what we want to get across with all these just like different pictures in a collage on this banner. What we want instead is you want the face to be on this side, and then you want a lengthy horizontal picture of the model's body, and her showing off her bum is ideally what you want on this side of the frame. The reason why you want it on this side on the frame is because if you do, I know specifically for OFTV, so if you get recommended on the OnlyFans page, it gets cut off with your profile picture on this side. So if you have the head here and then the body here, your profile picture like cuts it off. So it's better to just flip, if you have taken it that way, just to flip it, edit it and flip it so that your body that you want to show off is on the right side of the banner. And you can kind of see that with the example here. Very good lighting. Once again, all the light sources behind the cameraman on the subject, on Sophie Rain, and you can see the faces here and the body is to the right. Another thing with the profile picture, she's not done it too bad, but ideally, yeah, you want the face to be bigger in the profile picture. And then as well, a good one that works really well is the hand bra style profile picture. Works really well. So Sophie Rain's done a slightly different one. It's pretty much the same thing, literally using a hand bra to push it up. And then you can see she's got a golden hour photo with really good lighting on her face once again. But yeah, this banner is a really good example of what you want to do. You literally want to replicate this and just use that. With the bio, she's kind of just incorporated her Instagram and Twitter. We don't really want to do that. We just want to keep them on the page and get them to subscribe. We don't want to click them off, make them click off and go on to somewhere else. This is kind of just a bit too cluttered as well. We don't really know what you get in the OnlyFans page. So that's one thing I would definitely change on this page. And it's just like a big paragraph that we don't want. Another thing as well is the legal notice. I know a lot of OnlyFans pages have the legal notice, but I think that it looks terrible. Like if someone's going to post your content, I don't think having a text saying about the legal notice in the bottom of your bio is going to do anything about it. I think if you want to tackle OnlyFans video and content material getting distributed when you don't want to, you just deal with the MCA takedowns and just remove this out of your bio. That's probably the best way to do it. You can see on Sophie Rain's bio, yeah, she just literally has what you're going to get inside, and it's pretty quick and to the point. So it's literally, you're going to see the naughty content, and then she obviously incorporated a bit about her niche, which is pretty much her whole branding is about her being a virgin and being innocent. So this one is pretty cluttered. You're going to get off the page, and there's legal notice. It's just too much going on here. This one's to the point and very enticing as well. So yeah, like I said, hand bra with the face for the profile picture. Face plus bum on the banner image, so it's really high quality with the, and then also, yeah, like I said, the bio tells you what you get inside, and it could be more personality based actually for this one as well, but yeah, she includes the Virgin, which is her brand. So that's the difference between a bio that does a profile picture that does really well and one that also does well but could be improved. So yeah, there's worse profile pictures than that out here. I've seen ones that don't even fit the aspect ratio on the banner. They don't even care about it, but it's very important to get something that actually fits this banner and looks good, because this is what someone's going to see every time they come to subscribe. You kind of got to ask yourself when you come to your page, would you subscribe to yourself? Another thing I wanted to point out with profile optimization on a free page is having pinned content on the wall is really important. A lot of free pages, obviously people want to come and they just want to buy. So you want to have the content that you do post on your page for unlocks to have as folders, because the demographic on free pages, you see more people just wanting to buy content and then leave. So you have to attend to that demographic, as I have mentioned before in the chatting. On this pinned profile, she has picked up one of her best content sellers and she has pinned it to her wall. And what she has done is she has used this for a video blur. So this is the link to Movstash, which blurs your videos. And then if you need a picture as well, this is on the Apple Store. This one's called Blur Photo Effect Background. This is how you blur the photos. So what you can do is you can get the picture or video that has done the best on your page. You have a really enticing caption to it. And then as well, you can have a free preview of a blurred picture, which will show off pretty much what that video is getting, but it's completely blurred. Or you can have a video as well. So the video works really well because you can have the audio still in the video, but it's all pixelated, so you can't see what's going on, but it really turns the subscriber on because of their hearing and the sensory that they get from it. So it's a very good way to increase your unlocks. Another thing with a free page is you want to spam the feed with 20 posts per day. So what you can do is you can actually have a timer on your posts. So you want to just have normal, enticing-ish, but like not showing anything nude on your main feed that are not unlocks, but you want to set them to expire and you want to post the same pictures 20 times per day. So you want to have 20 posts and you want to post 20 of them per day with a timer on it, and then they just will get reposted again every 8 to 24 hours. They'll just get reposted. So you're always going to be at the top of the subscribers page, because a lot of these subscribers are not only subscribed to you as a free page, they've subscribed to probably 10 other girls' free pages. But when they log into OnlyFans and they're going to release themselves, they want to see your page at the top. And a good way to do this is by using timers on your pictures and posting 20 times per day. So with these pictures, selfies are good. We have the creators take selfies with every main feed set they create, so we can use them for stories as well, sending via mass messages. So that's sort of the overview of how to actually market, how to actually chat, and how to actually have your profile and funnel optimized. So I've gone through the chatting and how to deal with someone who comes into the page freshly, and how to actually sell to them, and how to build that conversation first, and then as well how to script. Also, I've gone through how we use 11 Labs with audio to not only sell voice notes, but to keep the conversation engaging and develop that deeper meaning connection with that subscriber. Then what we went through was the marketing. We explained how to systemize your marketing and not to really involve your emotions with it, because when it comes to Instagram marketing and organic marketing as a whole, it's important to account for latency when you're posting. So you don't want to have any changes to your content. You want to pick verticals that encompass you, because then you're able to A, make that content, and then B, you're able to post those videos over 4 to 6 weeks. And then you can cut your laggers and leaders, because you don't want to cut a video or you don't want to cut a vertical before the latency time has taken into effect, because you don't actually know if it is a leader or lagger yet. Batch make the content over a 4 to 6 week period, and then you can look back at it after and make any adjustments to it. Maybe cut one, maybe reintroduce a different vertical, double down on the ones that work. And this is how you're going to build your personal brand. Also, we explain how to multiply your input without having to do any more work of recording any more videos, and that's done through the trial reels feature. It is pretty overpowered at the moment. I would very, very recommend to pretty much abuse it, because you're able to post videos that have already gone viral again to another cold audience, which will most likely go viral again, and you're able to make a video that maybe got 1 million views, now can get 10 million views, because you're able to post that a bunch more times. So that we talked about the chatting, we talked about the marketing, and then we also mentioned the profile optimization and making sure that once you've done all this work with the marketing, you're not missing out on subscribers not subscribing to your page. That is sort of an overview of how to actually achieve $100,000 per month with 180 days or less. This sort of format, especially once you really dial in your content verticals and you have really good content going out, you can generate millions of dollars per month as well. But I hope this helped anyone who was struggling or needed some help in direction on how to market, how to chat. Obviously, there are other verticals to go through. There's a few other proven verticals. If you guys are interested in hearing about other proven verticals that are going to go viral and have gone viral before, I'm more than happy to make a video on that. But make verticals around you. You're more than welcome to use the skip vertical. If there's anything you want from this video, just DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help. And if you are a model watching this, DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you in general as well. Peace out.